Hello, my sweet dear friends. Welcome, willkommen to another weekly live stream with me. This is where we will go through my remotely viewed insights into the astrology of this week ahead. Make sure to check out the podcast. It's brand spanking new. Comes out every Wednesday. And it's available wherever podcasts are available, wherever you get your podcast. And what else? The vlog comes out every Friday, every Frigs Day. So that's super, super duper fun. Make sure to check that out. And then last but not least, the books are open again. So if anyone is interested in a consigliere session with me or a psychic tarot reading session with me, they are done via Zoom. They are back. You can get on the books, and they're even better than before because you get the recorded session afterwards if you choose. Not everybody chooses it, so it's totally at your it's totally like if you want. So it's an option that I make available. Okay, so jumping right into this week, I have my little notes here. Okay, my magical friends. This week, the big deal is the full moon. So if last week was about the pressure to innovate an action plan in following through on what you choose oh no, wow, okay, hold on, the lighting is a little bit, okay, to innovate, oh, this lighting is totally weird, sorry, to innovate a new action plan based off of what you're choosing for your destiny. This week, last week was about, okay, from last week to this week, you probably felt a little bit of a difference in your daily life. So, you're following through on an action plan for a destiny that you've chosen. And because of that, things had to change as far as how you're living your daily life, the routines that you have, your rituals, and that was this week to this week. It's like, okay, this really has to change. I was at Mars, Saturn, and Aquarius, like, whoa, I have to do this, do that, XYZ. So this week it's about breaking through more of your inherited behaviors and being able to take this further to another decision point on this adventure for yourself. Let's dive in. How did your day-to-day life change? That came up a lot in the psychic weeklies that I do over on Patreon. A lot of practical, interesting little adjustments. So this week leading up to the full moon in Libra, I want you guys to remember to cast your minds back to around November 10th, 2020. This is when we had Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto in Capricorn. We had Mercury and Venus in Libra. And then we also had that 6-month Mars retrograde in the sign of Aries. So it was extremely stressful. So everyone give yourself a round of applause for having gotten through that period of time, because that was like this sustained, ongoing, it's called a T-square energy, with all those areas of life. And then the Capricorn area was really, really stressed out. Even Jupiter couldn't do as much as it wanted to give you a lighter load, all this stuff. It still really wasn't able to with Saturn and Pluto. It's like the big brother is nah. So I don't want to re-traumatize you from that period of your life. I'm just saying that this full moon in Libra, I'm calling it, I already talked all of my nights tier and above. People already have the benefit of me already talking about this for quite at length. I'm calling this Libra full moon shocking truth revealed, because it's like a little pinch of that energy from the fall of 2020. So this Libra full moon, it takes place on Saturday, the 16th of April. And it's what this week is building towards. It's building up towards this But here's the thing, you've already been through this in a really much more intense way in the fall of 2020. So so yes, this is the most like tense part of the month, but I don't want you to get like really, hey guys, welcome, feel common. I just don't want you guys to get like super stressed out about it, because you've already been through much, much worse. This is familiar terrain. So if you think of that Charlie Brown character, the one that's always got that little cloud of dust or whatever is around him, that's like everyone's vibe. So everyone has a vibe, right? Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter, once you start standing close to her, she starts talking about little whatever, like you're in her vibe, you're in her little cloud of whatever that is. So everyone, we all have our own little vibes, and so this full moon is like you're going into a little cloud. You're going to a little cloud of like it's its own vibe. But it's one that you are familiar with, it's one that you already know, it's one that you've already stood in before. So think about the sources of the frustrations from the fall of 2020. You have the benefit of lived experience. You already lived through it. So you can cast your mind back, see what was really frustrating for you, and know what you're walking into energetically, because this weekend is like a big reveal. It's got that reveal quality where there's like a truth coming out, a secret coming out. It could be someone else's secret being made to you. You may find out about someone close to you. You may find out about how someone's like, or it could be your secret being revealed. So if anyone's been keeping secrets, if anyone's been sort of, I don't know, maybe it's like a secret surprise, like a surprise, and it's like, okay, reveal, it could be that, but I just want you to have those two things in mind, like the frustrations involved, the frustrations of what that time was like, and then just know that there's going to be a reveal. That's all. You're as prepared as you can possibly be, as is humanly possible, with all of this astrology stuff. So, after this weekly, let it seep into your subconscious. Let my voice churn in your unconscious waters, and then just trust yourself. Let it all go and trust yourself, because you already lived through it. You've got the benefit of the experience. This is all going somewhere, and you'll be okay. So choose to believe in yourself this week. Just decide it. Just decide that you're going to believe in yourself, that you're going to trust yourself, and suspend disbelief so that you can believe in yourself immediately without question. That's what I want you to do. Bypass the left hemisphere and go right to the right hemisphere of your brain. And I'm saying this because we want to use the miraculous energy of Jupiter, Neptune, and Pisces. And that's the energy that's going to help you believe whatever you want to believe. If you want to believe that you're super stressed out and nothing ever changes and it's all crummy, okay, Scrooge. Okay, I want to watch The Grinch again. All right, Grinch, like that's your cloud, that's your little world. You can live there alone. But if you want to believe in yourself and you want to believe that you're going to keep learning and keep getting better and, whatever, then that's what you're going to believe. So this Pisces energy does give people this ability to dissociate and to believe whatever they want. So it's sort of, that's where we get like the illness energy from. So like mental and spiritual and emotional and even physical illness with like it's actually like with the viruses and stuff. So if anyone is opening up their relationships, do so with a lot of protection. Insist on protection. If anyone's doing drugs or alcohol, keep your tolerance levels in mind and just like step it, like take a little bit at a time. Like you might think that you're at a previous tolerance level and you're not, and just like be very, very careful. So hopefully we don't, but we may hear about some accidents in this coming week. Okay, downloads, I have two things. One that I have written is 2 tons, and that came up in a weekly this past week. I don't remember who had it, but I feel it. I feel like these weights, like a weight in me and then like a weight on the other side, and it just feels like on this seesaw, and it's kind of stressful because it's like this balance energy where it's like you need the balance, and you need someone else to kind of sit on the seesaw with you, but it's just, there's something stressful about it. I don't know. And then last night to this morning, I had a dream that, so there's the trusting part of the betrayal, and then there's the betrayal part of the betrayal, like when you know. I was feeling the front end. I was feeling this trusting energy, but knowing that it was going to, that something isn't like what it was. And it doesn't feel like anyone personally. It feels like something that you're watching. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hear about some sort of huge, like national or international scale fraud or betrayal, or it's sort of strange. I mean, this could be, of course, in pop culture, but it could also be in politics. But it was, I didn't feel the betrayal part. I just felt like the friendship part, or the trusting part of it. So that could be something for it. Like I said, it feels like more on a bigger scale, like something that you're watching. So you might observe this happening, just maybe someone in your life, or something's happening sort of removed from you. But there's that. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into this week. We'll start with Moon's Day, Monday. The 11th, I'm calling Enthused. Enthused. Okay, so we've got the sun in Aries trining the moon in, that's today, the moon in Leo. I like it a lot. It's very, very, very encouraging energy. It's something could just come together for you. Something is just working really well. Something is, especially like the passion and the motivation and the fire signs, very emotional, but they like act on it. They put onto it. Whereas they expressed it. You can see it expressed in physical reality through their little bodies. Water signs, very emotional, but it's very inward directed. So you might just see that they have a long face, but they're not shouting about it, and then the fire sign might. So I like this as far as any kind of expression, any kind of especially connecting, especially where you need to make progress in like in a more physical get up and get out and do it type of way. And then later we're going to have the moon in Leo opposing Saturn in Aquarius. This isn't so bad if you work the energy. So this oppositional energy is kind of checking that moon in Leo, that's saying it's great that you want to express yourself, it's great that you want to sing and dance, but what value does that bring to people? How is anyone's life improving because you're expressing yourself? That's all. So don't take it personally if anything slows down the end of the day. If there's anything that's coming up, it's not a denial, it's a delay. It's to make sure that you do it right, or to do something with integrity, or to do something that's good for all of us. That's great for everyone, that everyone can benefit from. Ooh. I think we're gonna go through these like pretty in a good amount of time, you guys. Tuesday the 12th, expect a miracle. So this is when we have the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction in the sign of Pisces, in the sign of the fish. So this is that once-in-a-lifetime energy. This is very miraculous energy. I actually don't feel very like connected to this energy, believe it or not. And I know that sounds strange to say, but I just feel totally, I think it's just my natal chart. Like I'm just very, very, it's weird. Like I'm really feeling this 2-ton. That's the only way I can describe it. It's like this 2-ton energy, where it's like it feels heavy, and then there's like another heaviness, but it's like you're working with it and you're feeling it out. I don't know how else to explain it, but this energy, this once in a lifetime, very miraculous energy, you have the benefit of using it to pull yourself out of anything that you felt like you were drowning under, or that it was sort of inescapable, like dread or heaviness or burden, or like if you've been having a difficult time forgiving or grieving, if you've been grieving the loss of, a parent, and it's just been something like this huge cloud over you, anything like that, this energy is great for that. It's great for creativity. It's great for spirituality. It's great for believing and hoping and creativity and true love, realizations, a dream coming true, being very vulnerable if you haven't been able to kind of soften your heart. It's very porous boundaries. But here's the thing. I'm calling this week truly anything is possible, something like that. And I didn't put a cute little emoji. There's no star emoji. There's no like magic wand emoji, and or heart. That's because anything is possible in either direction. So you could have something miraculous positively happen where it's like, oh my God, I didn't think this was ever possible. I didn't even understand this could happen. I can't believe this is happening to me. That wonderful come to Jesus type awakened moment. But it can also be freaking Theranos. It could be Elizabeth Holmes type energy, or it could be really like racial, racist, misogynistic, like any instance where you suspend disbelief to use it to hurt people. That's what I want you to keep an eye on. Within yourself, if you feel racist feelings or think misogynistic thoughts, or think if something as bad is happening to you and it's because of another person, or because of, if you're taking that victim identity and you're not even aware of it, or you know what I'm saying? So, which by the way, this whole like Elizabeth Holmes thing, like it's just like, that's just, Rupert Murdoch got scammed by this person. And Rupert Murdoch is supposed to be like this smart investor, right? So it's just, you want to be very, gosh, I say that, but are we really going to, it's like you can't see the Matrix when you're in the Matrix. So I feel like on one hand, this can be very magical, very whimsical, very loving, forgiving, magical energy. But on the other hand, it's just, you really want to be very, very careful, especially with letting your boundaries down with the wrong person or the wrong people, or for the wrong, whatever it happens to be. So my guidance is to get good mirrors around you. And I talked about this in my very first vlog, where you want people around you that really care about you, that can help protect you when your self-esteem is low or when your guard is down, so that they don't prey on you first before the wolves can get to you. So you want to have good mirrors. You want to have a good team of professionals to help you, to help guide you through your own blind spots. So that can be lawyers, astrologers, doctors, advisors, counsel. I mean, anyone that helps you check your own blind spots. So that's what I would recommend for this. You won't see it from their perspective yet. You'll see it later after the fog kind of clears. So you want to use this for spirituality. You want to use this for creativity. You want to use this for forgiveness. You don't want to use it to lower your vibration, because, and I talked about this in the monthly, and I put it in a much bigger, broader context. Basically, this month, everyone is feeling very convicted. Everyone's feeling like whatever their position is, whatever they believe, they really believe it, and it's just no one can change their mind. It's just they really believe it. So there's no use in like arguing with this or arguing with these people, or like just, and that might be part of this full moon coming up, is that people are feeling very convicted, and yeah, I can't even, it's trying not to waste your breath arguing with anybody this weekend is what I'll say, because I'll get there. We'll get there. Let me see. Oh, consciously, with the Jupiter Neptune, consciously spiritual love overall. Just remember that love is the only truth. Love is the only truth. Literally everything else is a lie. It's an illusion. Okay? Unconscious manifestation of this, the lower, slower vibration manifestation of this Jupiter Neptune conjunction in Pisces is misguided by lies. Lies you're telling yourself, lies other people are telling you. Okay. Fear. This is a big fear one. This could be martyrdom issues. Like, oh, I'm suffering and I want my suffering to mean something, and I'm suffering for you and you're treating me like crumbs, and I'm just going to keep suffering for you, and it's going to mean something, and I want it to mean something, and wow. Don't do that. I know it's easy for me to just like say that, but everyone's going to use their imaginations, and they're going to use their imaginations or for a positive, helpful thing, or they're going to misuse their imaginations to think and believe the absolute worst. So that martyrdom stuff is that. So if so for instance, let's say you're on the other end of that. Someone is in pain and they're suffering and they're blaming you for their suffering, even though they continue to choose to suffer. Don't argue with them. Leave them alone. Walk away, because there's nothing that you're going to say, there's nothing that you're going to do that's going to change this person's reality. If they are convinced to make you their perpetrator, if they are convinced to be your victim. These are usually people you try to help. So be very, very careful of that. Be very careful of loving what you feel sorry for, because that's an ego trip. It doesn't, and this is a thing that's like wrapped up in the ego that it's not very apparent or obvious looking at it. When you want to help someone, you feel sorry for someone, you're automatically above them. So it's an ego thing that you are helping someone, because you decide how you help them, how you you control all of these mechanisms. So you want to really search your soul, you really want to search your heart, and make sure that everything you're doing is spiritually guided by love. You guys have heard me talk about different communications, different ways of getting downloads, and when you guys talk to me about that, it is so freaking cool. So if you want more on that, let me know. Send me an email, or just comment below that you want to hear more about that. But you can receive communication from the divine at this time, and it's been building up. And when it is in love, when it is out of pure spiritual love, that is absolutely miraculous, and it's absolutely the blessing of a lifetime. And it will absolutely offset any little itty bitty tense little T-square full moon. So, like, I'm not trying to like strike fear in the hearts of anybody here. We're just giving you the heads up. And if okay. Oh, that's what I was trying to say. Okay, so fear, because that could be this too, that fear just like overwhelms people. Fear is just for entertainment purposes only. Fear is for scary movies and to have fun with it, have fun being scared. You turn the movie off and it's over and it's done. Boundary. You don't take that with you into your waking life. Fear is for entertainment purposes only. That's it. You do not take fear with you and make decisions on fear. You do not take fear with you and make big life decisions on fear. Not on the small scale. You buy something at the grocery store because you're afraid it's not going to be there next week. Not fear on the large scale, where you're making relationship decisions or career decisions or financial decisions because of fear. That's the misguidance. That is how it happens. That's how you walk into something, la 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 la, and then it just eventually, when that fog clears, you wake up to the realization that was our Virgo full moon. is waking up to the realization of like what our life is, where we are, what's going on, how happy we are with it. And we had that point to choose a different destiny for ourselves based on the reality of what's right in front of us. So we've been working on that. We've been working from that Virgo full moon realization. So, where was I? Fear is for scary movies, not for living life. Make all decisions from a place of love, calmness, equanimity, self-mastery, and self-knowledge. And to help you with that, there's people like me, there's astrologers, there's all people get into, there's all kinds of stuff. If, what's it called? The little light things, or if Reiki, or with yoga, or with like, there's so many different things that could resonate with you that help bring you closer to your own self, that whatever you are feeling personally drawn towards, and the people that you're feeling drawn towards that may be able to help you with something, go with that, because that's going to help you. Okay. Spiritual. Okay, so this is also this conjunction. This is when it goes exact. It's starting a cycle, so it's like there's going to be more of this, but this is also a spiritual acceptance of upcoming life changes. So, you know, it's always rocking and rolling. I'll talk about this in a second. Okay, so the moon in Virgo trines Mercury in Taurus as well. This is like the hunches that you get are pointing you towards how to ground something. Oh yeah, the Mercury's in Taurus now. Mercury's going to fly through Taurus. We're going to enter the retrograde shadow later this month. But anyway, any hunches that you're getting point to how you can ground a dream of yours, how you can ground the imagination, how you can ground the inspiration and give it wheels and make it nice and tangible and physical. The plan gets realistic and honest, and that's the best position that you want to be in, where you have that balance between spirituality and practicality. The sun in Aries sextiles Saturn in Aquarius, so that's cool. That's very, very cool. That's helpful. That's really great for authority being helpful to you if you can listen. Just, you know, don't try to just run roughshod. You know, I've said it before, when I say these examples, like, okay, you're the director and you know who you want to cast in your film, and you know it's your vision and it's not up to, when I say all of that, that's for you to know your perspective and for you to know the vision. I'm not saying take that energy and go like interact with people on it, because clearly, and especially for that specific example and analogy, film takes a little village of people to make happen. You absolutely need to work with other people. You absolutely need to convey, which means to bring water from like the river up to the campsite. So putting something that's inside and very immaterial, like an inspiration, like this Neptunian Piscean energy, and ground it into a real understanding in concrete terms. It's like if I'm explaining a shot to someone, to my like DP, and I'm just talking in flim flam whimsical language, and they're like, okay, they're trying to figure out how are we going to get what focal length do we need, what kind of, you know, it's like all of that. It's like taking that vision and communicating it in a real, concise, clear way, so that it can be made real. And I'm, of course, using film as my analogy, but for you, it might be a relationship issue. Maybe you have a relationship issue with a family member or a spouse or your child, and you've got to take something that's so big that you feel inside and put it in words that allow the other person to really understand what you're saying and where you're coming from. And this is it's an opportunity this week, but you have to try. Okay. Wednesday, April 13th, clear and bright-eyed. So, my loves, we've got just the moon in Virgo trining Uranus in Taurus. I love this energy. I really do. I love it. I love Iranian energy. I really do. Here's the thing. So up until a couple years ago, it just seemed like the whole world and everything, life was just really stuck. I mean, that's how it felt for me. It's weird because like the last couple of years have kind of been like the best ever in my life, but it's been the worst for the world. And everything before that was like so great for the world, but like so crummy for me personally. So it feels very like flipped. So I feel like the people of the future are going to just, everyone's just sort of catching up. Everyone's just catching up. So like I was saying, the moon in Virgo trines Uranus and Taurus. This is like giving Under Armour thermals to a caveman, or giving a wrench or a drill or a chainsaw to a caveman. Okay, this is, you're given, we can be given tools of the future that can make something right now easier for us if you tune into it. But if you keep holding on to your little stick and like, I want my stick, and you're not really open to the chainsaw, if you're not really, you're like, what is that? And it scares you, the unknown scares you, and you can't even imagine something like that. So it just looks like something very, very, very strange to you, and you want to hold on to your spear. It's your free will. It's your choice. You can do that. It's more exciting if you open your mind up. You are going to have to innovate. And when I say innovate, I mean raise the vibration to make something better. That's Iranian energy. Uranus's behavior. So Uranus's behavior, Mars is action. So the bully can behave like they're going to pick on you, like they're going to beat you up. That's the behavior. But the action they take, do they really do it? Do they really touch you and hurt you and harm you? Do they really push you? Do they really act on what their behaviors are saying? People act one way and behave in another way. So with Uranus and Taurus, our behaviors have to elevate. They have to innovate. And so anything with like livestock, anything with values and value systems and trade and like all of that is just going to keep getting shown where the weak spots are. Shown, we're seeing where we've been cavemen and where and how we can innovate and raise that level of vibration so we can behave at a higher level of productivity, but also like actual behavior, like just behaving better. On a personal level, better tasking, better efficiency. So where can you level up the Taurian area of your life so that you're more efficient, so you're more... For instance, guys, literally, I have... Look at this. No more me just like scratching this this table. Look at, I can literally just slide these cards out of my little dish. Like, how great is that? Innovative. Okay, I'm just kidding. So, love it for Wednesday. And Thursday. April 14th, meeting the boogeymen. Okay, so the moon in Virgo opposes Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces. So this, overcome your fears, overcome your phobias, overcome your anxiety. There's going to be something kind of like terse there, and or just challenging you to do so. So you might be confronted, and that's what it looks like. Like when we overcome things, we get the opportunity to do so, and it might look like we're going backwards, or it might feel like we're going backwards. It might feel like, but that's just the opportunity for you to alchemize the energy. So I know we get really specific here. I know we get very, but that's the point. It's part of the adventure. So when this opposition happens, this can be like a bubbles burst. You could be bursting somebody else's bubble, something you thought is not so. It can also just be an energy drain where you're just really tired. But it can also be that it's like some kind of panic attack, but you got to move the energy through. But then the moon in Virgo would trine Pluto in Capricorn. I love it. I love it. I love a good Plutonian aspect. I love a good, actually, for all of my Capricorns, it's almost over. Like literally Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Risings, all of the cardinal signs have just really been through it the last couple of years. So if you felt things get easier and you're sort of just waiting for the other shoe to drop, because of course it does, you're okay. It's going to be okay. Especially if you lived through Pluto crossing your sun, which is a once in a lifetime. Congratulations. If you're here, we made it. We made it. Okay. That's another thing. Like Pluto is almost done in Capricorn, and they're going to retrograde back twice in the last degree of Capricorn, just hitting that point like over and over for quite an extended amount of time. Saturn's in their last leg of Aquarius, so you should know so much more about your groups, your friends, your associations, where you belong, the vibes that really resonate with you, the people that really feel like home and family and friends to you. And it's going to continue a little bit, but Saturn's like pretty, I know we have to do another Saturn salon for my Saturn returners, but it's like you're closing up a lot. You're the closing energy of a lesson. Okay, we'll get into more of that later. But anyway, Moon in Virgo trines Pluto in Capricorn. This is meeting truth. Meeting the truth. This moon's gaining more and more light. The end of ignorance. Lean into it and something changes. Or maybe it's cognitive dissonance for some people. As an unconscious expression for this entire week is a lot of delusion and feeling super convicted about whatever your delusion is and your fears. Here's the thing about fear. It's for entertainment. If you live in it, if you live on fear, you're going to make it real. Whatever you're super focused on, you will make it real. You will, just like, Voldemort creating, you create your villains. What do they say? One man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. And it's like, you want to invade a country so that they don't hurt you, but yet the damage you do creates these little freedom fighters that are just vengeful for what you did to their homes growing up and what you did to their family growing up, that you've now created your little enemy. Like in Kill Bill, when she kills, she's Black Mamba. I forgot Vivica A. Fox's name in Kill Bill, but she kills her and she leaves a little girl alive. I think it's Nikki or Nikita. She leaves her alive, but she knows, that little girl's gonna come back for me one day. So, man, I really digressed right there. Okay, Mars enters Pisces on this day, for better or for worse, and I really, really, really mean that, because this can help to endure difficult things if you're going through some sort of adjustment or transition or anything like that, or it can help to dissociate and escape and just totally live in the delusion and help this is like how racist energy just totally disconnects from a human being, or a misogynistic feeling and thought disconnects that person from personhood, and it's just or objectifying a person. They're just no longer a human being. They're an object of pleasure. They're just a thing, and they can be discarded. They could just be treated like a thing. That's Piscean energy. Okay, this is like super, this territory can, I'm sorry I'm going so dark. I know you guys probably wanted me to be like super kumbaya and love and light. I that's true. It's there. It's there. It is. I don't know. I'm just feeling very protective of you guys. So just keep a lookout for that, because I just don't want you to waste your breath and waste your life and waste your youth in situations that are just not going to change. And so it's like, it's bad enough if someone's super deluded about something. It's even worse if you're deluded about them being deluded. You know? It's like this 19-year-old out of like 2 semesters of chemical engineering telling me that they've got this wonderful cure for everything. And the people that knew something was up knew that you needed to go to school for like 20 billion years before you can contribute to that medical field in that way. So they started checking it out. But it's like, does that make sense? I really, really hope that makes sense. This is total, this is that. So if your spouse or your family member is either putting pressure on you, or if they're making promises that you just know is beyond their capacity, you know, especially if they have chemical addictions, emotional destabilizing things, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's up to you to have the discernment to see that this person is just not in a position to, just like Elizabeth Holmes was not in a position to say all that stuff, you know? So I'm always giving you guys the credit and putting the responsibility on you guys, because it's up to you to have the right discernment for people that you're dating, people that you are making families with, for the people that you are, you know, even just like on the smallest possible scale. Okay, because this can be something that just turns into a big thing. That's all. It can just be, and it just can blow up. Okay. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Mars entering Pisces. So the way people are doing things, the way that people are going after something, the way that people are motivated are going to be like from wherever they're feeling very convicted. For better or worse, if someone is like so determined to hate you, they do not stay away from them, because they're just like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Not like a judgment against them, okay? Okay. So, and the way people are going to try to get at you it's just going to be so passive aggressive and so subversive with Mars and Pisces. Like, it will not be direct. It will not be, it just won't be direct. It'll be totally like, you won't see it coming. It'll be like all like that. So, whoa. Friday. Sometimes my eyes get all crossed. Okay. Friday the 15th, between 2 pictures, the moon's in Libra, going back and forth between 2 visions, 2 ideas, 2 people, relationships, potentialities, striving for balance, searching your heart and your mind. So the moon in Libra now has us weighing the options and trying to feel it's weird. Ever since that weekly last week, when I really felt it, it's been making me think about my own life. It's been making me think about my own feeling of like how balanced certain things feel like in my life. But from this perspective, it's so strange, because like I can feel it in my body. So you're probably going to be feeling that near the end of this week, around, I don't know, maybe Friday, but maybe a couple days, maybe a day before or so, where you are looking at this Libra area of life and you're just going to be thinking about it. It's a very mental energy. Libra is very sort of nervous, can be sort of mentally like nervous, analysis paralysis, but you just want things to be fair. You want things to be equanimous. You want things to be equal. Now, listen, for instance, if you have great relationships in your life where it is already very equanimous and it is already very equal, it is already very well balanced and very open and honest, and you are honest about yourself and they're honest about who they are, this energy doesn't affect that in a negative way. Okay? If you're already doing certain things, it could be the worst astrology, it could be the best astrology. It's going to help fulfill whatever you are already choosing, whatever you are already doing and manifesting in life. Okay? I just want to put that out there. Like, that's just, okay. Okay, so where was I? Oh, we were talking about Friday. Let's talk about Saturday. Okay. The 16th, shocking truth revealed on a Libra full moon. So the moon in Libra, I talk about every single aspect in my monthlies for all of my nights, tiers, and aboves on my Patreon, patreon.com/TheFirstArteagan. Come be part of the community. It's really cool over there. I love my little. Okay, so the shocking truth that gets revealed. Moon in Libra, trine Saturn in Aquarius. So whatever does come to light, if you are the mature one, everything's going to be fine. This is very powerful decision making. I very much like this. I really, really do. This is now the moon in Libra is very diplomatic. And like I said, with my film examples and anecdotes and analogies, guys, I've been on sets with directors that were just so abusive. Like, for lack of a better word, just totally, like, not fun. I've been on sets that are so stressful, where there's so many cooks in the kitchen, and you know, when you're the actor, you're just trying to be like the most perfect little thing, where it's like, you know, you just don't want to rock the boat in any which way. So there's a little bit of that with this Libra full moon, but in the trine to Saturn, I feel like if you're just rational, and if you are objective, and if you strive for fairness and equanimity, that you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. There can be structure for positive things happening, or if something's been very negative or kind of toxic, this can be kind of like a crystallization that's breaking something that was not healthy, that was not or maybe something that was sort of institutionalized, but like bad, not helping anyone. It could shatter, especially if you've had enough of something. Like if something's been very unbalanced and it hasn't been confronted or dealt with, especially if this harkens back to the fall of 2020. I like this full moon because it can restore balance, it can restore justice, very much like the Justice card in the tarot. And that's what Libra wants. Libra wants things to be balanced and fair and equal and correct and impartial. Libra will pride itself on being very impartial and no favoritism, like just objectively, they did this hard work, so they earned it. This is what, you know, it's kind of like that. So I like that. Very rational decision making. And then we have the full moon in Libra, so it's revelatory, revealing insights, revealing things, whatever it takes to make it balanced. So for instance, the dream that I had, I got one part of it, the friendship, and it really felt like friendship. That's one part of the Libra scale. Okay, you have the scales, that's one part, you have a friendship. Or maybe you're in love, or maybe this is whatever. The full moon can bring to light everything that's there, what else is missing to make this balanced. It'll show you what's on that other side of the weight in that other scale. So then if you see it and it's unbalanced and it's the scale that's not even, then you can take that realization to do what you've got to do to make the scales even. So I feel you will know, especially in your relationships, you will know where you stand. If you don't know where you stand already, or if you think that you do know where you stand, this is just something that's going to show you more. It'll show you more. Now, what makes this so dramatic is because of the T-square. So the full moon in Libra is going to T-square. It's going to be the sun in Aries, moon in Libra, both T-squaring Pluto in Capricorn. And so in November 2020, we had Mercury and Venus in Libra, we had Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn in Capricorn, and we had the Mars retrograde for 6 months in Aries. That was creating a T-square for like months. So it's not going to be that bad, but it is going to be a little bit of a trauma flashback to that energetically. So, yeah. The moon in Libra squaring Pluto in Capricorn. This is making you change a commitment. This is like big endings and beginnings. I don't think relationships will end. I really don't. I really don't think this is going to, you know, it'll put a lot of stress on it, and something can come up that you might want to, that you're going to be maybe dealing with, but it might be the nail in the coffin that might lead to the end of a relationship, but I don't think it's going to end like on this energy. I think it'll be something that comes up that may be a deal breaker later, during eclipse season maybe. You've got to believe in yourself and you've got to believe in your life. Pluto is going to show you the truth, and it's going to be an emotionally scarring truth. It's going to be a big deal. But you, like I said, you've already lived through it. So you have the benefit of your experience from fall 2020. So now you can go into this week. How do I want to tackle this? How do I want to approach this? It's almost like if you went back into November 2020 again with this knowing of how it went. That's how I want you to see this. And then the moon will enter Scorpio and trine Mars and Pisces. Here's the thing about that, is that the only way to get through this, like if it's putting stress on a relationship, the only way, and it's a bad relationship, the only way to get through and make it through this full moon is to damage yourself to keep the peace in that shitty relationship. That's the only way through. To keep your cognitive dissonance, to keep the lie going, is to damage yourself. So I want you guys to know that over this next week. Like if this blows up on the weekend and you are confronted with the truth and you've got to either make some outward change to correct something or damage yourself to keep this toxic equilibrium, you know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly what this is. Because if you have to damage yourself or your own needs to keep something intact, that's your free will choice. Everyone has that choice. But just know that that's not like the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to take what's coming up and make it equal. Make it right. Be rational. Be objective. And have faith that doing the right thing is the right thing to do. That's how I would recommend you use this miraculous energy, is to have faith in yourself and your own life. Because people don't trust in love, in truth, or in integrity. They don't trust that just doing those things and letting go of controlling everything else is going to lead to anything good, or that they get what they want, or that they'll be happy. So if there's anything I would say, and holding you back from just trusting and believing in that, use this energy for that. To strengthen your character, because you can either damage yourself to keep the peace, or you can use this Scorpio full moon trining Mars and Pisces to strengthen your character and strengthen your belief, your conviction. So yes, I've over-focused on other people's convictions that are not so healthy. So bring it back to you focusing on your convictions that are healthy. Your convictions of love and truth and integrity, and your commitment to living in that, and your commitment to being kind to other people and compassionate to other people, no matter where they happen to be. Remember, the baby hands, the little mittens on little baby hands is what you want to put other people in, so that they don't hurt themselves and they don't hurt you. But don't be mad at them for that. Sunday, April 17th, setting up a new scene. Moon in Scorpio trines Venus in Pisces. I like this. This is very sexy. This is very inspiring. Very inspiring. So go ahead and get inspired. Have some sexy time. Do some fun things. Gosh, my arms, you guys have no idea how far, my arms are so freaking long. Okay. Moon in Scorpio opposes Uranus and Taurus. This is intense enough for some kind of breakout. I really like that. That Moon Uranus opposition. I don't know how to explain it astrologically right now, but I feel like this has something to do with opening up the eclipse, especially because of this moon opposing Uranus. So it feels like some sort of precursor or some kind of prelude to eclipse season at the end of the month and going into May. Oh, and Mercury conjuncts Uranus in Taurus. That's genius energy. Go get some great, amazing freaking ideas. Because that's like, I love that energy. That's also heightening the innovating something to a higher level. So your mental faculties, especially in terms of the physicality, how you're physically moving through life can be upgraded. Oops. Tarot. Okay. You guys, I'm so excited. I'm already having a fantastic morning, a fantastic day. I feel so much immense relief, and I feel like this is just going to be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. Okay. Tell me about this week leading up to this full moon. I'm telling you guys, this little... And look at the World with the King of Wands to start. All right, little bees. Little buzz. Check out the vlog. The vlog is up. Vlog is every Friday. The podcast is every Wednesday. If you have a movie recommendation, let me know in the comments below. Okay. Oh, I didn't even show you guys this. Look at what came in. So my patrons, if you are a patron for, I think it's like 3 months in a row, you get little gifts. So look at this mug that came in. It has our logo. It's freaking amazing. So yeah, go do it. Oop, okay, hold on. Okay. So the World is a big deal because it means that there's something that you are finally closing out, and it may even have to do with how you are getting things done. Or it may have to do with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Does not have to be. Does not have to be. We're going to get the astral. God, my arms are like ridiculously long. Seven of Pentacles. Damn, this took a long time. It took a long time. With every ending, there's a new beginning. And with every beginning, it needed something else to end. So I just feel like it's almost bittersweet when you realize that something is either being leveled up. Because, like, that's the thing. Like, endings don't have to mean, like, ending forever. It's just the end of something being a certain way, something living in a certain way. So, look at how cool. Sorry. Okay. And someone could be traveling, too. See, something else is starting up. Oh, the Queen of Wands, power couple, 6 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups. All right. Taking this little tray. Okay, so overall, someone really does have to follow. This is sort of bittersweet because it's like that little moon face should be in the dark, but it's illuminated just to show their little expression as they're watching you walk away from these beautiful little cups. So it's a little bit somber, but someone could be dealing with a family issue and someone could be dealing with something else, but you are both starting something together. That's what it looks like. Mother of Pearl, okay. Oh. Hold on. Okay, some of these I have to put the right way. Thank you. Okay. Doing pretty good on time. Okay. Tell me about this King of Wands with the World, please. A double King of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles. There's a lot in the astral. Knight of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Fool, the Three of Cups, and another Eight of Cups. Double confirmation. Okay. So, honestly, I feel like I don't even know if you know each other, like this King and the Queen of Wands. This could be something very synchronistic where you following your life path and somebody else following their life path, making these decisions, kind of, someone's taking a huge leap of faith here. Kind of leads to something serendipitous, leads to a new, it's like if someone in some other city leaves their job and moves cross country, and someone, Jerry Maguire's at their company and starts their own company and is looking to hire someone and finds this person, and then they like work together, and then they're like the perfect little Bridget Jones, Jerry Maguire. What am I even saying? Okay. I speak in movie. What's the Seven of Pentacles? Ooh, was that something? Did I say something? I did. The death energy. So this makes sense. This is the end of things never changing. Things staying the same. This is the end of beautiful friend. This is the end. Yay, I feel like this is great. I feel like this is really great news. Okay, what's this Ace of Wands, please? What's this new start? Three of Pentacles. Okay, so there are some sad little feelings about something that you're closing out here. There are. It's a little bit bittersweet. It's a little bit heavy. But honestly, you're really collaborating and working with these new people, other people, like-minded people, really help pull you out of it. So I would say whatever you're passionate about, whatever you are, look how cool that is. Ugh. Whatever is getting you going, whatever is really interesting to you, whatever has you sort of curious. It looks like a work thing. It looks like entrepreneurial stuff. It looks like creative self-expression with other people that are also creative, with other people that also feel some sort of drive. So I don't know what all this baggage is that you're holding on to, but I'm telling you, you're ready. Depending on who you are in this, if you're the queen or the king, you're both showing up. One is showing up easier to move on. Much easier for this person to move on. This person has way more baggage. They're ending out like a whole bigger karmic. The World card, very, very karmic. But with the Fool here, like that's the Alpha and the Omega. So trust. Just trust, man. And then last but not least, we're going to go ahead and get your Divine Feather. I have an appointment to get to, so we can't just linger here and just shoot the breeze like I love to do with you guys every Monday. Okay, if you would like your session with me, you can book me in the link in the description box below, TheFirstArteagan.com, for a consigliere session or a psychic tarot reading session. What is the guidance? I have my own session today, Falcon. Use your keen perception and skill in making decisions. Do not delay. Actually, There we go. Use your keen perception and skill in making decisions. Do not delay. It'll be very important. And then we have we have two. We have the hummingbird. Release what you've been carrying and lighten up. New joy is on the way. I have no idea how long my arms are right now. Okay, so just like on our logo, this is that spiritual nectar of the gods. And then you have nuthatch. Stay grounded, and this is what I was saying. Stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you about keeping one foot, that groundedness with you and that connection to source. Stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you. So it's a lot. This is what I feel like this person wants with the Knight of Pentacles. Someone wants to close out cycles and start new things from a very grounded, practical perspective. And I feel like they're doing that. But there's something, like I said, some kind of, maybe you're losing friends, maybe you're losing family, I don't know. But it's grounded at least. So I kind of like everything that I'm seeing here in the tarot. Okay. So my loves, I live stream every Monday with you guys to remote view into the week ahead. On Wednesdays, we do a movie meditation, and it's called Movies, Cards, and the Stars. And I talk about tarot and astrology and movies, and it's freaking amazing. That's everywhere podcasts are, as well as this YouTube, as well as TheFirstArteagan.com. And on Fridays, the vlog comes out, and that's fun. So check it out on the YouTube. I love you guys forever and ever and always. I hope you have an amazing week ahead. Let me know how it goes. Comment below. Say hello. Subscribe. Hit the bell so that you know when I go live, when I upload, when everything happens. That's cool. Until next time, my loves, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah!